Now to a major shakeup in Oregon's justice system. Today, Governor Tina Kotek fired the director of the state's Public Defense Commission. The shakeup comes as Oregon continues to struggle to assign attorneys to defendants who cannot afford them on their own.
Fox 12 investigative reporter Ezra Kaplan has been reporting on the public defender crisis and joins us now.
Jessica Kampf led the Oregon Public Defense Commission since 2022. The agency is responsible for running the public defense system across the state and has faced scrutiny as the lack of available attorneys has worsened over the past several years. In her announcement, Governor Tina Kotek wrote, "It is unacceptable that more than 4,000 defendants in Oregon do not have attorneys assigned," adding that the public defense crisis poses an urgent threat to public safety and delays justice for victims. The governor laid out a set of expectations for the agency, including a deadline of June 1st for them to provide a clear timeline for when the unrepresented crisis in Oregon will end. She appointed Ken Sanchagrin as the new interim director of the agency, and he is currently serving as the executive director of the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission. We reached out to him for comment, but have not yet heard back. Fox 12 Investigates has been working on a story about the public defender's crisis for several weeks, and it will air in the week of April 28th. You'll hear about how the victims of violent crimes are caught in limbo, waiting for justice. Reporting in studio, Ezra Kaplan, Fox 12 Oregon.